I'm wrong.
regular
you don't even know
terms
what you're talking
today.
about. You
So
want to
stop
talk about
it.
intellectually
BGP,
dishonest,
you're wrong.
at least
You're
have
wrong
a
for doing
basic
that.
foundation in health sciences if you're gonna teach health sciences to people.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's intellectually
What were y'all
dishonest.
this is somebody that's not really weighing in, but just for the chat and me, what were you guys discussing? Autosomal DNA, or were you discussing mitochondrial DNA? Like, I'm not sure. I can't follow the discussion.
Mitochondrial DNA. I said the mitochondrial haplogroups that peopled America were A, B, C, D, X, and Q. Am I wrong, Brown Girl Pride? Am I wrong? I can't hear you. Am I wrong?
You muted, BGP.
I think you muted.
Yeah.
BGP.
So that mitochondrial line that you're pointing at goes right back to Eurasia. That's the shit that y'all don't want to talk about. Y'all don't want to talk about the
BGP. You're
mitochondrial
muted.
line.
So y'all were talking about autosomal DNA. I mean,
No,
mitochondrial DNA.
mitochondrial DNA and why and why?
So again, this person has mitochondrial DNA. It doesn't get passed down. This person has mitochondrial DNA. It doesn't get passed down. Therefore, you're not getting, hold on, you're not getting a full entire picture of one's genetic family tree with just one line.
So you're saying your ancestors are not from Asia? Is that what you're saying?
Ancestor.
So you're saying that
ancestor.
Brown Girl Pride, real quick. I just want to get this clear between this. You're saying that Native Americans share no ancestry with East Asians, Central Asians, Western Asians. You're saying that the people
genetic ancestry, yes, but you're inferring that they're Asian and they're not Asian.
You just rested my case right there. Okay, then what you mean? Then?
No, it's not.
No people. Nobody is inferring.
Because this is where you guys get.
Stop
cutting me off, Black First. I ain't got time for you either because y'all be anti-native as fuck all the time.
You're
wrong. No,
you've been long enough to know not about that. I've never been no anti-native.
So I don't even want to hear.
You should know me long enough. The only problem we got is you should know me long enough that the only problem that we got is this genetic problem. And that's what started this shit between us anyway.
A year ago or 2 years ago.
No, this is what started this shit between us anyway. We was cool up until we started talking about mitochondrial DNA.
I'm not pseudo at all.
We was cool until we started talking about
mitochondrial DNA.
I'm taking that as an insult.
Y'all hear each other after?
We was cool. We was cool as long as we was talking about.
We were African first.
We was cool up until we started talking about mitochondrial DNA.
You don't know what you're talking about?
Black First.
Yeah, we was cool and stuff until we started talking about migration.
You want me to pull up those videos where you claimed we were African?
Who said that?
You did.
I never said that. I said we all come from Africa. I said we all come from Africa.
The first Americans were African.
I said
you used to push that shit.
I've never said that shit.
Ooh.
You used to push that shit. You used to push Van Sertima's book.
Ooh.
I used to.
Port City.
I'm okay to admit that shit.
So how are you going to sit there and read the same exact science?
This is the difference between me and you. Hold on, let me finish. Since you made that claim, this is how responsible people do. I used to push that shit, but I don't no more once I learned what was going on. Same thing with these haplogroups. You used to hang with us all the time when we was pushing pretendians, but as soon as we got to the peopling of America and mitochondrial DNA and how Asians populated America and had a Beringian standstill, you didn't want to go there with us.
They are not Asian people.
That's why we started beefing.
They are descendants of Asia.
They were not Asian people.
They're descendants.
Where they come from? They're descendants from Asia.
Africa were not African
They're
people.
descendants.
Just like the early Native Americans were not Native American people.
They're descendants from East Asia.
Those cultures, those languages, those phenotypes are not the same.
They're descendants still.
No, they're not.
These are the Churchill people.
You take away from that.
Are you telling me that person was fucking born 20,000 years ago? I didn't know you could get pictures of people from 20,000 years ago.
These people right here are these people right here.
How are you going to get a picture of somebody from 20,000 years ago?
No. Time out. Let me finish.
Pseudo right now.
The common people of this area.
You're looking pseudo right now.
The contemporary.
You're playing lookership.
Let me finish talking. The contemporary people of East Asia. That means the modern day people of East Asia, the modern day Chukchi, shares the same fucking ancestry as Native Americans.
Shares the same common ancestor.
Well, where the fuck do you think they come from then?
One ancestor they share.
They came from East Asia
getting about that?
But that's the beginning, BGP.
No, it's not the beginning.
It is the beginning.
No, it's not.
It is. Why is
These people come from East Asia. Y'all share a same common ancestry with them.
So what? You sound like now you being pseudo.
Now you mad.
Now you being
Now
pseudo.
you mad.
Now you being
Now you
pseudo.
mad.
No, I'm
You
not.
running
You're
from the
being
doggone
pseudo.
topic.
Show
Now
me.
you
I
mad.
want you to
Because
prove to
you're
me.
sitting up here
I
talking
just
about
proved it.
it wasn't called
Prove
Asia.
to me.
Nigeria wasn't
Right
called
here.
Nigeria in
I
1961.
just proved to you
The
right
fuck
here.
you talking about?
Y'all,
I
We're
just
talking
this,
about
y'all
this
screaming so
contemporary
Hold on,
the
time
chat
African.
out.
can't really follow y'all.
Calm now.
Y'all
Time out.
screaming so
Look,
the
I'm
chat
proving it
can't
to
really
you
follow
right
y'all.
now. Everybody relax, relax. I'm proving it to you right now. These people right here are modern day Chuchi people, right?
And
These people right here, it says right here, the
and
nucleotide. Let me finish, God damn it. The nucleotide diversity and the analysis based on haplogroup A. This is one of the founding haplogroups that I talk about. Sequences suggest that Native Americans and the Chuchi, that's that photograph that you just saw, originated from a single migration to Beringia. Can I finish? Let me finish. Who the fuck put my screen down? Can I finish my shit? Yo, what the fuck happened? All right, so real quick. The nucleotide and diversity and analysis based upon the haplogroup A sequences suggest that Native Americans and the Chuchi, which is in that photograph, originated from a single migration, a migration to Beringia, right? Probably from East and Central Asia. It didn't say the other way around. It didn't say these people originated in America. It says you guys share the same ancestry that came from these people that originated in East Asia and migrated through Beringia after the Ice Age.
let me ask you a question. Can you explain the difference between genealogical ancestry and genetic ancestry?
These are native people right
Can you
now.
explain the difference between genealogical
Like
ancestry
I
and
said,
genetic ancestry?
these
So
are
that's a
native
no.
people that
So
share
that's
the
a
same
no.
ancestry.
So
You
that's a
said I was
no.
lying. You said
So
I was
that's a
lying,
no.
brown girl pride.
So that's a no.
Here's
Just say
for
yes or
here's
no.
some fucking receipts though.
Just say yes or no. Can you
This is
explain the
no.
difference?
I'm gonna stick by what I said.
Okay,
I
so
said
you
that
can.
no.
So then you're
I
not
said
equipped for this
I'm
fucking
gonna stick by
conversation
what
and
the
you're
fuck I
intellectually
said, brown
dishonest.
girl
Can
pride.
you
I
explain to me
said
what
that. Let
diversion
me
means?
finish.
Can you
Let me
can you
finish.
can you explain to me what genetic drift means?
I'm
Can you
sticking
explain
to.
to me what gene flow means? Can you explain to
Yeah,
me
I
any of these
can.
parts? Can you
Yes.
explain to me what genetic isopoint means?
You guys were in a standstill in
So that's
Beringia
a
between
no.
18. Let me finish,
So
yo.
that's a
Are you gonna
no.
talk over me?
Yeah, because you don't know what you're
Because you ain't
talking
showing
about.
no fucking receipts,
What do
brown
I
girl
have to show
pride.
receipts for? You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just prove the shit to you.
You didn't prove
You
shit.
can't fucking read.
You didn't prove
You can,
shit. You know why
you
you didn't
can't
prove
fucking
shit?
read though.
Because you're
You
interpreting
can't
the
fucking
science
read the
wrong
facts.
because you don't know
Look,
what the fuck you're
the
talking
fact
about.
said that you
You don't
fucking
know what you're
motherfuckers
talking
come from
about.
East Asia
So explain to
and you
me
was
the
in the
difference
Beringia
between
standstill
genetic drift
before
and
you
gene
came to
flow.
America.
Can you
Am I
explain the
lying?
difference?
Am I lying? I'm not lying. And I'm showing you a
Difference
contemporary
between any of
picture.
these
Look,
concepts
I'm
that you
showing you a
are over here
contemporary
thinking you're
picture.
educating people
I'm
on.
showing you the
You're
contemporary
not
picture of the
educating
East
nobody
Asian
because you don't
people. Yeah, you like talking over people. I'm showing you a contemporary
because you
picture
don't know
of
what
the
you're
East
talking
Asians
about.
that
You're
share
intellectually dishonest.
the same ancestry.
You're
Meaning,
intellectually dishonest.
meaning, meaning the
You're
shit come from East
intellectually
Asia.
dishonest.
There's no way around it. There's
Port
So
no
City,
way
when
can I
we
Know
put
around
see,
it.
the
Port
science
City?
that
Can you
you're
I got a question. I got a
regurgitating.
question for
You're
BGP.
There's
literally
no way
reading.
around it.
All you're
I got
doing
a
is
question
reading an
on this
article
gene.
It's
or a
hard to
study
even.
and thinking you know what you're talking
No,
about.
I got
If
a
Yeah,
you
question on
cannot tell me the difference
yeah.
between
genealogical, whatever
genetic,
she said.
if you
What
cannot
is
tell me the difference,
BGP? When you talk about
tell me the difference
genealogical
between
Look,
genetic
right here, the
drift
ancestry
first
and
versus
American
genetic,
natives
genealogical ancestry,
postulated
then
from
why are you
Asia
even
through
I got a
standing
question
here
Beringia
on that.
based on
between
some
30.
science you
Look
don't
at
know
that
what
I got
you're
shit
a
right
question
talking
there.
about?
about that.
The fact that
Exactly.
you guys even think ethnicity is genetic is
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
laughable at
yeah,
this
yeah.
point.
Right
Nobody
here it
The
said
says,
fact
right
that.
here.
that
I
you
hope y'all
guys
Nobody
got
think you
said
receipts,
can
that.
brown
find
girl pride.
tribes
Nobody
through
made that claim,
genetics
You
is
got
BGP.
fucking
receipts.
Nobody
laughable.
made that claim, BGP.
Race
You
and
wrong.
ethnicity are not
Nobody
Yeah,
biological
made that
fucking
claim.
like I
concepts.
said,
Nobody
All right.
made that claim,
Right.
BGP.
Can I?
You
You're
Can I?
not
wrong.
What? Port City. I just
Native
want to pull up the
Americans.
article. Port City.
concepts.
Can you
That's
just?
what y'all are doing.
All
Nobody
right.
made
Hold on,
that
y'all.
That's
claim.
Can I just?
exactly what you're doing when you
No,
say
I'm
we are
from
not
Native
making
Asia.
that
Americans are
claim.
descendants of
So let me
Asians.
ask
Native
you,
That's
Americans. It says
which
it
one
right
do you
here.
stand on? Genealogy
It says the
versus
shit
punk
right
ass
here, yo.
niggas. You
versus
guys
science.
can't handle the fucking truth.
You
No,
don't
you
like the
can't handle
science.
the
That's
No,
the
truth.
you
problem.
can't handle the
So
You
fucking
Port
can't
City.
truth
Can I
handle
because
pull
the
the
you
fucking
don't
article
know
It's
up?
what the fuck
science.
science.
you're talking about. You
Yeah,
You
don't
don't
you
know
can
know.
what
talk
the
all
Hold
that
fuck
on,
you're
shit, but
talking
we're
Mr.
not
about.
no dumb niggas,
Denotech.
though.
I want to know, Mr. Denotech, how the fuck you
Yeah,
think you're fucking smart.
yeah.
Oh
Call me
wait, I
whatever you
have a
want, but
question.
you can
Isn't
never
gene
call
flow
me
the
no
same
dumbass
This
thing as
ain't
nigga.
no
Neanderthal
goddamn dental
population,
tech,
y'all?
bitch.
I know how to read. Look, this, you can call me whatever you want, but you can't call me no dumbass nigga. It says right here that first Amerindians, natives, partially that have come from Asia through the Bering Strait Bridge between 30 and 12,000 years ago. What part of that shit do you not fucking stand?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
making
Port
any
City,
of this shit up.
Well, I
Port
think to
City, can I
answer
pull
my
out?
question,
Hold on, y'all.
gene flow is just the transmission of genes across population. If that's what she was talking about,
The founding haplogroups
while
come
the
from
genetic drift is changing of the ally frequencies in small groups. So
all that took place
that's
in
why they
Bering.
vanish.
Kendra, that's not what she's doing, Kendra. What she's
Okay.
doing, she's being just as bad as the abos that look like us. That's what she's doing. She's trying to make
Exactly.
particular claims against science as if she's as if she's
My bad.
Well,
Port
what's
City, can you
wrong with
just
being from
hold
Asia?
on? Hopefully I don't get reported. Port
What's
City, can you
wrong
just
with
name up?
being from Asia though?
What's up, brother?
Hold on, y'all, real quick. Port City, can I hold on, y'all? Can I get the name of the article so I can pull it up?
Damn, I gotta look at
First
my
of all, don't
computer.
ever
This,
say
Yeah,
I
I'm
called you no
curious. I want to
dumbass
see what it
N-word.
is.
I didn't say that. I never called you no dumbass N-word, so don't go there. Don't be
I mean,
fucking
you act
trying
like
to
it
put
though.
words in my mouth.
he didn't say that though, BGC.
No, that's what you said, and you know
No,
how
he
all these
didn't.
people
He didn't say. You know what he said? He said, "Yeah, you could call him a
moderator keeps
dental
fucking muting
technician,
me.
but
Stop.
you can't
This
call
is
him
Port,
a
false. This is
dumbass
why I
Port,
nigga."
don't come
He
and
this
didn't say
argue
that
with
you
you
Port,
could
guys
call him a
on
Port,
y'all
dumbass nigga.
drop.
platforms because
He
y'all
didn't
don't make
say
it a
that.
fair
Just
fucking
drop,
fight
bro.
ever.
So
So
BGP, at the
yeah,
end of the
it's
day, let me
laughable.
ask you this question, BGP. Science says that Native Americans have Asian and Siberian ancestry. Are you denying
Look,
that? Are you denying that?
I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked Port City. Explain to me the difference between genealogical ancestry and genetic ancestry.
Okay,
And then after
I'll
that,
explain it to you. I'll explain.
explain
Okay,
isopoint, genetic
okay,
isopoint.
okay. No. I'll explain that first part because when you talk about the isotopes and all that shit, okay, that's a different story. So let's talk about genealogical ancestry. That's something that you trace by your mom, your grandma, your dad, your granddad, and so on and so forth. You have to have some records to go along with that. You have to have some oral history to go along with that. Da 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 da. So versus genetic ancestry, again, it goes through what's running through your veins, right? That's the biological makeup. That's your biological makeup, right? And the way genetics work today, we get to understand human biological creation through blood type, through phenotype. I mean, I'm sorry, not phenotype. Through haplogroups, through Y and X and Y chromosome DNA. So those are the differences. So if your mama telling you that you sprout from the earth, that's genealogical because her grandmama may have told her that, and her great grandmama may have told her grandmama the same story. So okay, we get that part. But when we're talking about science, genetics is dealing with who you are on the inside, right? Where you know, and explaining who we
Race
are.
biological?
I'm sorry.
Is race biological?
No,
Is
it's not
ethnicity?
scientific. It's not
Hold on.
scientific.
Is ethnicity biological?
No, it's not.
Okay, so now that we understand that race and ethnicity are not biological, why is everybody insisting to place racial terms and ethnic terms that are modern to today on early human beings?
Okay, so great question. I appreciate that question. So here it is, because we living in a modern world, right? And so as we are modern day people, we tend to affix modern day terms to yesteryear. So when it comes down to
Heard.
science, you asked me a question. I'm not going to be long winded. So science, of course, tells us that anything that science doesn't deal with race, it deals with this biological makeup of what we know as human beings. So, but the social constructs, they are in place. There's nothing that you, BGP, or me, Black First, can do about it. So as modern day people, we tend to in order to be able to identify or have some type of familiarity with what was going on in the past, we tend to use modern day terms to help us
Which is
decipher the
dangerous.
information.
Which is dangerous. And let me tell you why it's dangerous when you start doing shit like that.
No. Let's not go to the dangerous side.
I'll let you talk. So let me tell you why it's dangerous. Because when you guys are sitting here talking about haplogroups and shit, you're talking about where it originates. That's what makes them your ancestors. I put up a video. I don't know why y'all don't want to fucking respond to the fucking receipts that I've already showed. I put up a video showing that a group in Central Western Africa has a haplogroup that originates in Eurasia. It originates in Eurasia. By your logic, that means that African group in West Central Africa's ancestors are Europeans.
No. So, okay.
Yes,
So
does.
great.
No.
Wait, no. Stop right there. No. Stop right there. No.
And by that,
stop right there. Because there's a scientific explanation for it.
Finish.
It's a scientific explanation for it.
Let me
finish. It is.
Finish.
Go ahead.
Stop. Port City made the claim in his video. He said, your haplogroup originates in Asia. That's what makes them your ancestors. Therefore, your ancestors are Asian. So the claim is, if your haplogroup originates in a particular area, then those people are your ancestors. Therefore, since that haplogroup originated in Eurasia, that particular group of Africans' ancestors are Eurasian.
Okay, cool. So I appreciate your submission there. Yeah. However,
I have no problem with that. You can have
wait, Port. Because again, what she tried to do is, again, this is a red herring, right? This was just a red herring. So what she here's the thing about the out of Africa theory, but we also understand that there was a return to Africa. People left Africa. Excuse me. You were right. I had interrupted you while you were speaking, and I give you that. So please afford me the same thing. Now, if Port made a particular comment as what you allege she did, that's for Port to come back up here and discuss. But here's the thing. When we all understand that Homo sapiens originated in Africa. There's nothing that you although you may have
that point.
Excuse me.
Actually, Homo sapiens originated from Africa. Homo sapiens is much more complicated than that.
Okay. Well, leave it at that. Okay, leave it. Okay, I concede. So stop interrupting me. I concede. Okay. So again, we all understand that human origins are from Africa, and migration occurred. We understand about mutations and so on and so forth. My question to you, BGP,
please stop
is
all over the fucking internet.
BGP, my question is,
cross the name out, Port City.
BGP, excuse me. Is science wrong when they answered the question what is the origins of Native Americans, and they tie you guys back to Siberia and Asia? Are they wrong?
Yes. No, that's the science is not wrong. You're interpreting it wrong. That's my problem. That's been my issue with all of y'all.
Why?
It's not that the science, I'm not disputing the science. None of us are disputing the science.
But that's all we're saying.
Listen to me.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I am disputing the rhetoric. I am disputing the fact that you are misconstruing the science, and it is confusing a lot of people. That is the problem that I have. You told me you wanted me to shut up, so I did, and then you want to keep on interrupting me.
I really wasn't done, but okay.
Well, what else you want to talk about? Because you don't know what you're talking about. You asked me a question. I was supposed to wait.
Why are you still yelling? I'm not yelling. I'm not
supposed to answer.
I'm not yelling at you though. Okay, so all I was trying to get to, and I was trying to let you answer, and I do apologize. Okay, so again, if Port City is only saying what science is saying, he's not out here like the rest of the people that we all have issues with, right? He's not using it in a insulting manner. He's not, derogatory. He's not coming after y'all as if. Excuse me. Let me just finish.
We're supposed to be talking about this, but let's talk about that.
No. Wait. Let me finish.
So if I tell you,
but let me finish my point first.
Am I supposed to tell you it's not?
Let me listen. Let me finish my point first. So
If I'm just saying, if I'm supposed to tell you it's not insulting,
excuse me. Let me finish my
like
point.
y'all are making no sense.
Excuse me. If Port City is only presenting scientific information and he's not being derogatory and yada 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 about it, why the fuck are y'all all up in arms?
I can actually explain that simply to you. By the example that he gives, he leaves out the Denisean aspect, which when he says that there's a single migration from, he's not acknowledging the Denisean migration to, which actually highlights to an entire branch of genetic code that he wipes out of existence just from his argument. And it kind of puts in a principle of superiority. You know, it says, human DNA is the only superior DNA. And yet it acknowledges the fact that Neanderthals and Denisovians actually used tools too, and it was only humans.
Can y'all hear me?
My bad. Just real before you build, can you just give us the article whenever you get a chance so I can pull it up and we can just go to our end, we can read it?
Yeah, give me a minute, please. I have it on my phone.
Not getting nowhere with this shit. All I'm saying at the end of the day is that y'all sitting here and getting mad at people being fucking pissed off that you guys keep on inferring a race onto early humans and then saying that, and then even with genetic isopoint literally knocks that out. Common ancestors, you want to talk about common ancestors, we can go common ancestors to the common ancestors of all Homo species.
We can also just read the article and see what it says too, instead of debating, right?
We can go back common ancestors.
We want to debate.
We can go back
we
common
trying to get
ancestors
BGP to come debate.
Hold on, because this actually is going to end up harming y'all in your arguments with the pseudos. Because we can go back common ancestors. We can go. Hold on, listen to me. We can go back common ancestors to the common ancestor between humans, apes, and gorillas. We can go back 1.5 billion years.
They don't even know who those common ancestors is.
Stop. You can go back 1.5 billion years and find a common ancestor genetically between humans and plants. Are our plants our fucking ancestors now? This is the problem with the rhetoric.
That's rhetoric.
Common genetic ancestor with genealogical ancestry. Those two are not the same thing, and you're conflating those two as if they are.
Nobody is conflating anything.
Yes, you guys are.
I just gave you the differences between genealogical DNA versus genetic DNA.
They called me up, and you fucking mods. I'm a mod
I
too.
just gave
So
you.
really
You asked that question, BGP, and I just you asked me that question, and I gave you the definitions. You did not disagree with the question that you asked me.
Well, if you let's go back. Let's go back.
Wait. So stop. So stop. So what you're doing? So what you're doing now? So what you're doing now? What you're doing now? What you're doing now is what the pseudos do. You're arguing.
Since y'all want to mute me, I can mute him. I'm a mod too. So stop with the bullshit. Quit playing games, mods.
Don't mute me. I'm not muting you. I'm a mod too.
Whoever the fuck is muting needs to stop.
I'm a mod too.
I didn't get to finish my fucking point, Black.
But I was still in the middle of my point.
You asked me a question and then you fucking want to keep talking.
No, I didn't. I was making a statement.
So you could get an answer, or don't fucking ask the question until you're done speaking and then ask the question.
BGP, I was making a statement and you jumped in. Right? I was talking about the fact that you asked me a question and I answered it, and you did not disagree with the answers that I gave you. So I took that as you accepted what I said. So when we're talking about genealogical, whatever it is, and versus genetic, whatever it is, genetics is science. Genealogical, we see people all day, every day, adding different people to their genealogical trees. So that right there could be questioned. Now, when it comes down to science, and that's why I asked you that particular. My question to you simply was, do you think that science is wrong by saying that your ancestors for hundreds of thousands of years ago, that you are, or Native American,
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it clearly again. I'm gonna say it extremely clear. The science is not the problem. It's how you keep interpreting the science. That is the problem.
Can I finish?
Again, when you guys sit there and say, "Oh, well, your ancestors are Asian," okay, well then technically Africans are the ancestors of Asians, and by proxy, that makes Africans our ancestors. Therefore, we are the descendants of Africans, and if we are the descendants of Africans, I can go around saying I'm African because you guys say you're the descendants of Africans. So if everybody says they're the descendants of Africans, and as long as that's all the criteria that meets to say that you're a descendant of Africa, is that you have a haplogroup that goes all the way back to Africa, which everybody's does at some point, then that means we are all African, which we are not.
Yeah. Okay. We're okay. So you done? Are you done? You finished? Because you said a lot. Now, my point is, this is no disrespect. So anybody that know me should know long enough that this is no disrespect. This is my statement. I said when it comes to the people of America, nobody was here. Like somebody had to come here first. And my whole thing is the haplogroups that arrived here was A, B, C, D, Q, and X. That's what the science says. When you test these genetic haplogroups, they do go back to Asia. When you look at the people of Asia, they do have an origin story, right? All of these haplogroups that you see that went into America went into at a different time period. X2, if I left out X, A, B, C, D, Q, and X had a standstill in Beringia. This is not me making up stuff. I'm not trying to be funny when I say this stuff. I say this shit for the pretendians because sometimes we can't use traditional origin stories. We got to go back to the facts. We know damn well that the Africans don't connect to these haplogroups. We know that you guys do. We know that we weren't here first in America. We know that you guys were. And how the fuck are we gonna figure this shit out?
Right, but what she just said, you guys. So she just lumped us, who understand science, who subscribe to science, with everybody else. Right? That's where she's fucking wrong at. Because if that's the case, I'm gonna lump the rest of y'all Native Americans up with the 5 civilized tribes that owned Africans and enslaved Africans. So that's what you're doing, though.
I'm talking about
That's
you
what
guys.
you're doing. You've never heard any of us disrespect Native Americans. We don't disrespect Native Americans. BGP.
Being a fucking victim.
We don't.
What the fuck I was addressing when I said you guys? I'm talking about you fucking syndicate dudes.
I don't give a
go there with me
no goddamn
because you're
victim
fucking
shit.
anti-native ass. Be a fucking anti-native. So I don't want to hear your bullshit. So don't sit here and get fucking feisty with me, bitch.
Hey, look, calm down.
Calm down, Brown. You do that shit.
Hey,
you
we can all talk
play
this
the fucking
out.
games? We can play the fucking games.
Don't
sit there and say I'm gonna come with fucking.
He's wrong.
That's a lot. Oh wow.
We don't ever, no Pan-African ever. Listen. No Pan-African on this fucking app that I deal with.
So she's just saying she doesn't like the way that they're presenting it. That's what
She don't like the way I said that all Native Americans can connect their mitochondrial haplogroup back to Asia. I don't know what part of that upset her.
Surprises
I
with
kind of
this.
heard something different earlier
From what
too.
I
That's why I
understand,
kind of came
mitochondrial
up.
DNA is
Let me finish my statement, please. Let me finish my. Hey, somebody mute up. Everybody mute up. Everybody mute up. Let me say this. No Pan-African on this panel or that I deal with on this app goes against anything that the Native Americans say. We do not have that issue with y'all. So BGP, you're fucking lying when you try to point the finger at these fellas and myself, because you know I don't get down like that.
Bro, I've heard you say anti-native shit in the past before. And y'all let anti-native shit go unchecked all the fucking time. And then the excuse is, well, y'all are being anti-black.
What talking about? We go against this shit all day, every day.
But instead, what you
we
guys
go
would
against
rather
this
do
shit all
is
day,
you guys
every day.
really like the fucking, you guys really like the goddamn drama and talk about
Bullshitting.
blackface
You're
and shit. Because y'all don't fucking block all these people. I know plenty of people who block these people out their fucking lives when they become anti-native. In my platform, I block out all the fucking anti-blackness. Matter of fact, anytime a pseudo slips into my fucking
Poor City, do you mind just pulling up the article? Is that just so we can see the article and just have a point of reference? Because it's a lot of back and forth. I don't know how productive that is. I kind of wanted to see what the article says. I'm at this point. Is that the point of the focal point? This
OHF,
article?
I read 5 different articles last night.
Okay.
Right? Because I wanted to.
I'm not sure what's happening.
Having a malfunction because like every time somebody talking, they disappear.
Because everybody keeps kicking everybody. So every time I get kicked, I'm kicking people. So y'all either leave me the fuck alone on the panel and let it be.
Oh, I ain't got no power here.
Damn, who's knocking people off? Hold on.
Dean, can you take people? Can you take everybody's because BGP keeps kicking me.
I keep getting kicked.
Well, I'm not kicking you.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care who's kicking me.
Well, why you keep on picking on me?
There's a lot of people getting kicked off. Let me see who the hell.
Yeah, Dean. Yeah.
There was someone who said, I just have a question. Someone said that that people don't get their mitochondrial DNA. Who said that? And what did they?
Oh, you don't get it from
your
both parents, I
mitochondrial
believe.
DNA from your mother?
No, you don't get them from both parents, I believe. I think it's
right. You get it from your mom, right?
Yeah, the
one of them.
Yeah,
it's a
DNA
already
comes from your
bonded
mother.
DNA strand. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I mean, so Black First, can we just hear some? I didn't see yesterday. Do you mind just giving us a recap of some of the articles y'all shared, so we can at least learn from this?
So Fort was sharing an article. I'm not sure what his particular source was, but it is one of several hundred articles out here that's explaining the migration pattern out of Africa into Asia, Eurasia, and over here to America, the Bering, Beringia, and all of that other stuff, right? So what I was saying to you before I got kicked was I went back because I was over there with the Pretendians last night, and we chopped it up, and I didn't know something, so I had to go and research it. So as I went through all of these particular articles that I read, Smithsonian, history.com, several different articles. It was about 5 of them that I read. Stayed up to 2:00 in the morning, by the way, reading these particular articles. And one of the questions that I did ask as I was searching this, has the Bering Strait theory been debunked? Right? I think that's something that we all have typed in, or not we all, but some of us who are trying to figure this thing about history, we've all typed that question in. And none of the articles suggest that the Bering Strait theory has been debunked. Then that they migrated from Asia, whatever other parts of Asia, through the Bering Straits to the Americas, and then they started populating the Americas from that point on.
Right, but
wait, I'll land here. So again, when we talking about hundreds of thousands of years ago, right, we all understand, those of us who are, again, involved in research, and we're trying to figure this thing out, and we're using proper methodology, we understand that this, that the mutations, that the evolution has taken place over thousands of years, millions and billions of days, and people change based off of certain criteria.
Right.
So for that, and I'll land there. But that's what the argument is.
Right, but here's the problem with what was they have you ever heard of the 3 hypotheses? One was called the Solutrean hypothesis.
English or what? Italian, right? Solutrean. They trying to say that the metal, the tips of the arrows.
Right, but that goes back to like 23,000 years ago. It was called the Solutrean hypothesis, the Beringia hypothesis, and the Western Pacific transoceanic travel hypothesis.
The Kale something. I think that's the third one.
Right. But and then also too, I don't know if y'all ever heard of ghost DNA. There's a thing was called ghost DNA. That was this new thing called ghost DNA. That those 3 hypotheses has been actually debunked about they found out that there was never a Western Pacific oceanic travel from the Western Pacific or the Solutrean hypothesis, where anybody has traveled from Eastern Europe or the western part of Europe. And then there was also stated that these people never supposedly had crossed over Beringia, or they call it Chechnina Baringa Matashinya, that these people never crossed over Beringia. So those three hypotheses has been really debunked.
Yeah.
According to scientific evidence. Now, some scientists and some people have said, oh no, that wasn't true. So we can't really just go by what scientists have said. So we just got to go back with the fact of faith, right? Faith. The fact is, these people been here for over, according to historical events, these people were supposedly been here 130,000 years ago.
No, Dean, excuse me, bro. So again, the Bering Strait hypothesis has not been debunked.
Yes.
No, it hasn't. Hold up.
Yeah, let me tell you why you guys are wrong.
I was talking to Dean.
Yeah, but you're wrong though, and you're gonna repeat what you just said.
Let me finish my fucking point before you interrupt me.
God damn, man.
Just chill.
I'll be wrong all the fucking time.
Just chill. Because again,
it's
upwards of from 2023, this particular theory has not been debunked. The consensus, which means the majority. Now, you could be in your feelings about science. You can have your opinion, but we all are laymen, irregardless if you have a science background or whatever. We are all laymen, right? So when we're talking about the professionals, the people who do this shit day in and day out, in that particular discipline, the majority rules. Yes, there are outliers. Yes, there are people who don't agree with that's not how
excuse
me. Yes, there are people who disagree with the Bering Strait theory, but the consensus, meaning the majority of anthropologists, archaeologists, biologists, geneticists agree with it. Even people who deal with the oceans, who test the nitrates in the particular oceans, they understand that, Port City said, the last glacial maximum, they thought it was at one particular time, but once they started testing the nitrogen in between the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean, they figured out some other things, another calculation that's above my layman head. So as a layman, all I could do is read and try to get a better understanding. And I'll land here, Dean. My last point is this. Nobody, as far as a Pan-African on this particular app, has come for Native Americans outside of introducing information that is scientifically backed. Period. Point blank.
All right.
You know, somebody in the chat said to me, Faith, well, what else do we have? Okay. Me personally, I don't really know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not certified or experienced enough to say, okay, this is what happened. Nobody even know who built the damn pyramids. They don't even know who built the fucking pyramids, let alone.
We do know who built the pyramids, but we can't say that the theory has been debunked, and this is why. Because y'all are reading the theory as we're saying nobody crossed the land. Nobody said nobody crossed the land bridge. The theory, the full theory states that Native Americans first entered into the Americas via the land bridge around 11 to 15,000 years after the glaciers melted. That's what the theory states. So again, let's not be intellectually dishonest. That's the entire theory. The theory has been debunked in the fact that we know people were here before the Ice Age.
Yep.
Before 11 to 15,000 years ago.
Yep.
Therefore, that is why the theory has been debunked. It's debunked based off of time, not whether or not people crossed it or not. It's debunked based off of a timeline, and that's it. Period, point blank. You can't disprove that.
And let me ask
As a matter of fact, there is
I
evidence
do have a
of
question
several
because I'm ignorant.
migrations into the Americas, which is why there are several theories.
Okay, so I got a question for you, BGP. Because I'm ignorant to this particular point that you just made. Can you give me some information regarding what you just stated, like the being before that particular time frame, 12,000 to 23? Because I thought it was upwards of 30,000 years ago. So you're saying 23? I read last night that it said.
That's
Wait,
not what I'm
excuse me.
saying.
Okay, wait. Let me ask my question so you can answer it appropriately. Can you give me examples of the peopling of America prior to what scientists are saying? So can you give me some examples?
Okay, so again, the land bridge theory states that people got here 11 to 15,000 years ago. We have archaeological evidence. The footprints in New Mexico show archaeological evidence of people being here prior to that, because those timelines were about 23 to 25,000 years ago. There have been tools and artifacts found in a cave in Mexico that's about 30,000 years old. So, and they also have mammoth bones that have been carved out into actual what would be considered like jewelry. So they show evidence of these things that go up to 30,000 years. So what we're seeing right now, and mind you, I think a lot of the problem is a lot of people, they think that America is being excavated like how Africa has been. It has not. There's a lot of places. Last year, they found another Mayan city that's 300. That is the size of fucking Houston. That's what they found just last year under a whole bunch using LiDAR because it's buried underneath a freaking jungle. So there's a lot of shit people don't have any information on.
Okay.
We're going off of what? Hold on. We're going off of what we know now. So we do know people were here before the time frame of the land bridge crossing. People crossed the land bridge. Nobody is denying that. Not a single person has denied that. We are saying that people were already here when that particular migration and crossing happened.
Okay, okay, let me just say this. Let me respond. I'm sorry, Kendrew, and I appreciate you, Kendrew. I this is my first time experiencing or encountering you. I think that you do a great job, sister. I appreciate it. And BGP know that I got a lot of respect for her too. So at the end of this, when I was reading yesterday, because again, I was challenged by those people who look like us that are making these particular claims. So when I was reading this particular article from Princeton University, this is from 2000. December. A study that was published in December 27, 2023. Let me turn on my camera so we can look at this together. Right. It's been and again, what we I'm sorry, that's a picture of me. Sorry, y'all. Oh, damn. Why keep on standing on me? You just want to show my ugly face. I'm sorry. Hold on, wait, one more time. I'm gonna try this one more time. Boom, reverse. Okay, there it is. All right. Show me a source that said it's been debunked. No, show me a source that said it's been debunked.
I did fucking show you. You can't fucking comprehend.
Show.
That you don't know what the fucking actual theory states.
Bump.
So you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You misogynistic asses are pissed off that a woman keeps fucking debunking you. You don't even know what the fuck the theory states. You over here making claims that the theory is just about crossing the land bridge. That's not the whole entire fucking theory. So shut the fuck up. Don't tell me to shut the fuck up. You disrespectful ass.
Bro, we're
That's
trying
what
to
we're
learn.
talking about.
Show a source.
You can't fucking handle a woman fucking debunking you. I just said.
Don't bring gender to this. Don't bring gender into this. This is not a gender conversation. This is historical. This is scientific.
You didn't cross the land bridge at that fucking time.
Hey,
that was one of several fucking migrations, bro.
Show one source. That's.
I did. You can't comprehend what the fuck you're reading.
Can I weigh in real quick, y'all? Y'all mind?
Oh shit! What happened?
That was intense.
I didn't fucking drop him.
Yeah, can I weigh in real quick? This is my understanding
That was
on.
unnecessary. Come on, man.
What happened?
You mind if I just share this real quick? This is my understanding on this topic. I guess they got dropped.
Somebody dropped BGP and Black first.
There she is. They're back. They're back.
Okay.
Oh, they both did come back. Okay, good.
Dean, do you mind if I put this on the big screen?
Yeah, let me see. Hold on. Where you at? I don't see it here.
Hey, OHF. Can I ask you a question right quick?
Mm-hmm.
While you're doing what you're doing, can you, on another screen, find me one source that says not was interpreted like BGP is keep on trying to say. Can you show me one source that's titled
What's your background?
the Bering Land Bridge theory has been debunked. Can you show me that?
So I read a couple, like the headlines kind of said they implied it, but when you actually read the article, none of them actually supported it being debunked from what I've read, right? And this is around 2020 when this article kind of surfaced. So this is my understanding on it. You guys can probably give me some feedback. I choose to kind of stay out the science. That's not really my interests. But this right here is my understanding on this topic. It says many archaeologists now agree that the first humans who traveled to the Americas more than 15,000 years ago or 20,000 years ago used a coastal North Pacific route or a coastwise migration. Their initial migration was from northeastern Asia to Beringia, where they settled for thousands to 10 more than 10,000 years. My understanding is all from the last 4 years has been that because of the conditions on the surface of the land, most of those early migrations were actually coastwise. Right, they use the alternative route as opposed to like actually physically crossing that land bridge, and that's what I've read in most of these articles. But I wouldn't use the term, even though that they may have, tried to put a little headline out there. It never said the land bridge theory was debunked. I've never seen that yet. But that's my take on what I've read in the last 4 years in terms of these articles.
That's what y'all have to understand. She's challenging it. She's going by what she read, how she comprehended it, and what it's to be.
Nobody needs to speak over for me.
No,
what about
Kendra? She said
going back.
This is what we're talking about when it comes to
My bad. And just so I don't come off combative, I'm not speaking about any. I'm speaking about myself. My own interpretation.
What do I need to prove, bro? I already showed you. There's artifacts. There's archaeological evidence that shows we were here. Oh my God! I showed you already. You don't like the facts.
Okay, so
that's your problem.
What about the three hypotheses, y'all?
It's not about what are you not comprehending about the fact that not a single person is disputing people crossed over the land bridge? What are you not computing about that? The part that
because as you say
let me make it clear for you.
As you're saying that, you keep saying
let me make it clear for you, bro.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Let me make it clear for you. The part that has been debunked about the land bridge theory is the timeline.
Hold on, can I make a statement?
Can we agree with that?
Yes, we can agree. Hold on, let me talk.
Jesus Christ. It's like fucking
hold
pulling
on,
teeth.
BGP.
Y'all playing fucking semantics with bullshit.
Hold on, let me talk. I'm going to stick up for science. Science is not absolute. Science always moves forward based upon evidence.
Right.
What you are saying is absolutely correct, but you can't use the word debunked because science updates all the time. The theory still stands. What they updated and what they changed was the timeline. That is a part of the theory. And they do that all the time, but you can never debunk a theory. All you have to do is bring more evidence or evidence against.
Thank you, Khalil.
It's the wrong terminology that you're using.
But you saying it right.
You have to say update. They updated the timeline.
All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, what it is that the timeline whether you want to call it updated, debunked, I'll give you updated, whatever. We're playing semantics at this point with that.
No, it's not
Yes, it
semantics.
is
It's
semantics
science.
because
It's
when we're
science.
talking about because when we're
You have
talking
to
about
use
the
proper
theory,
nomenclature and terminology. They
no, but
found
yes,
evidence.
you can
They
talk about that
found
nomenclature and the
hold on. They found evidence
oh my God,
to change
y'all want
the
to always keep on
timeline.
cutting
That's
me off.
it. I'm not for the argument. I'm just defending the science.
I'm
That's what
defending
I'm
the
trying to do.
science too. And
Well,
my
you have to
point,
use the proper terminology. You can't say debunk.
so you want to talk about using proper terminology, but y'all don't use proper terminology at
I don't know
all
what you're
in
saying, y'all.
incorporating
For
half of the fucking
I'm not in the
science.
argument.
So I'm not whether
defending
you
science.
Why
a part
you
of the
keep
group
on
or
putting
not.
everybody
I don't really
together?
fucking care at this
Why
point
you putting
because
everybody
y'all
together?
here arguing the same shit
Why
over
you
and
putting
over and over
everybody
again.
together,
And
BGP?
when we
That's
fucking
where
keep
you
on telling
wrong
you,
at.
y'all be disrespectful as
Stop
fuck.
doing that shit. It ain't
So it's
y'all.
What's
crazy
with
how
the
y'all
y'all
sit
stuff?
here
Why
and
you
talk
y'all?
about
why you
other
get so
people and other
sensitive
people's
about
fucking
something
origins
when somebody
and
points you out
stories
that
and
that
cultures
you doing
and
something wrong?
dogs pile on the shit and talk mad
Why do you
shit
get so
about all of it
defensive and
and
sensitive
then sit
about it?
there and then
All
call
right,
kinds of other bullshit. Like
you know
it's
fucking
hypocritical as
everything. Then
fuck.
you're the god of everything. You know everything, man.
Who the fuck said I was the god of everything?
Because you so sensitive when somebody corrects you. It's
Listen, I don't go
ridiculous.
into fucking
Go
flat
ahead.
earth conversations and speak on fucking physics.
Flat
Physics is
Earth.
not my fucking background. My background is health sciences. That's my
Okay.
fucking background. What's
Degree in
y'all's
science?
background?
Do you have a degree in science?
Yes, I have a fucking health sciences
There's no way
degree.
you have a
Hell,
degree in
hell,
science
we're talking
using that
about
terminology.
genetics.
There's
There's
no
no
way
way.
I have
Talking
a
about.
fucking.
There's no
What
way
the
you
fuck
have a
do you
degree in
think
science
genetics is,
using this
Come
shit
moron?
on,
like
It's
baby.
debunk.
a fucking
You have
health
a degree.
Yo,
science.
can y'all bring
Talk
it down a
about
couple
history.
bring it down a couple notches, BGB. That's not
Talking
necessary.
about.
It's not necessary.
It is necessary. Don't sit here and fucking question shit when you don't even.
Just sit
That's
up here.
genetics. Do
You
you
work
not even
out
know that
people. You
genetics
just know
falls in health
everything about people
sciences?
and working
That's your
out. What you
problem.
talking about?
You don't you're talking about do I even have a degree? Yes, I do have a degree in health sciences. Yes, I'm an RN. What do you think my degree is in? It's all fucking science. It's all biology, chemistry, physiology, anatomy. It's all of that. Everything that has to do with the human body. And not only that, in order to keep my license, in order to work, I literally have to take fucking courses,
But through
fucking
all
20
that, you
courses a
just
year.
lied.
I mean, 20
You
courses
just
every 2
lied and
years to
said
keep
that
my
the
fucking
Bering
science.
Strait
So I'm
theory
literally
was
taking
debunked.
science courses
You
all
just
the
lied.
goddamn
You just
time.
lied.
Tell me what your
You
fucking
just
background in
lied
science is in,
in
Black
all
First.
of your
What
knowledge,
is your
in
fucking
all of your
science? What is your
education.
background in
You
science?
just
What
lied
is your
and said
background
Dean,
in
you
the
mind if I
Bering
science?
jump in real
Strait
quick
land
with
theory
just
was
so they can
debunked.
So you don't know what you
Said it
don't
was
know shit about
debunked.
science.
So you are
You don't even
liars.
have a
we
background
can
in
just kind
You
of
science.
are
tone down the
lumped in
screaming
with
for a
the
little
rest
bit.
of the
What's your
liars.
background in science?
You're
I
lumped
mean,
in
That's
with
what
come
I
the
on,
need
rest
y'all.
to
of the
Just use
know.
the
liars.
wrong
You
word.
don't
Let's
even
Yeah,
let's
know.
just
so
I dare you to go to nursing school and
all
study.
right, can I weigh in real quick, y'all? Can I weigh in real quick? So for me, this conversation.
Set up here and
Let's play
said
that
that
game.
the
You know what
land
legalese
bridge
is?
BGP, excuse
You know
me,
what legalese is?
brother OH5 said, let's not holler, and I'm not
No.
hollering.
Since you want to
I'm
keep
not
on bringing
hollering.
it
I'm
up,
not hollering.
let's
I'm not
fucking do
hollering.
it.
So let
Let's
me
talk
finish
about
my.
it. You know what legalese
Let
is?
me finish, and I promise you, I will be quiet. I promise you. So what BGP just did was something that we OH5, Khalil, each one teach one, and other people, Dean, we've been confronted with, right? Where they would use terminology that does not fit the argument. And then they come back and say that it's all semantics. This is a play that we
Oh,
are
I understand what you're
all
saying.
excuse me, I'm not done. This is a play that we are all familiar with. So just like we call out,
Nice
excuse
try,
me, I'm
bro. That
not
don't work with
done.
me.
I'm not
I'm
done.
better at this fucking
I
psychological game
promise
than
you, if you
y'all
let
are.
me finish,
Y'all
I'll
sit
be
here, y'all
quiet, and
can't,
then you
you
can.
can't even, you don't even know the
If you
difference
allow
between a
me to
red herring
finish,
and
if
an
you allow me to
illogical
finish, if
fucking.
you will allow me to
Bro,
finish,
bro,
I
you
will
just
finish, and
fucking
then you'll get the
monologuing
rebuttal.
now.
I
You're not
will,
even
if
talking
you
on
would
the
allow
facts.
me
You're
to
talking
finish,
shit.
if you would allow me to finish, please.
You're just talking
Okay.
shit. Either
Please.
talk on
No,
the
I'm
facts
okay.
and
You get to
science or move
respond.
on.
Wait, but you'll get to respond. You'll get to respond. I still got respect for you. I really do. So again, at the end of the day, we call out the pretendians all day, all night when they try to use the red herrings in the argument. Because again, a lot of us, we do this on a day-to-day basis. So she just created this particular argument about using semantics when in fact each one teach one who so eloquently explained it better than I could have that science continues to update. And what BGP is describing is just an update, another update to this particular theory, that this particular theory has not been debunked. But she uses the word debunked. You can go and look at her page. She says it all the fucking time.
I understand what you're saying. And I guess earlier when we were talking too, everybody was saying, you know, we have to use the right words and terminology. So I guess it goes back to what you're saying. If you're going to use it in all facets. Don't pick and choose. Am I correct?
Every profession has a nomenclature, which is a language that those people speak that's
Right.
not to the layman. In science, there's certain terminology that has to be used because
That's true.
that terminology to the
Agreed.
layman
That's
is
why I
different. Like
agreed with you.
hold on, I'm not finished. Just like there's a difference between a scientific theory and a theory. A lot of people don't know that, but
Just like
the
there's a
nomenclature in science is theory. But a theory is made up of certain facts. But when we use
Exactly.
when we use the term theory, we're just talking about summations and substitute and things of that nature, but not